Hello, it's Mrs. Russo. I'm going to talk to you about Chapter 2, Lesson 12. It is multi-step word problems using equations. So yesterday we worked on using the order of operation to help us solve a really long equation. Well, now we're going to have to be able to use that knowledge and read a word problem and create our own large equation. For example, I have the word problem. Maggie has 3 binders with 25 stamps in each binder. She has 5 binders with 24 baseball cards in each binder. If she gives 35 stamps to a friend, how many stamps and cards does she have left? Now, the first thing I usually have them do is circle all the numbers and underline the question. So I found the how, which is a question word. I'm going to go through and underline. Now, the tricky part of these problems is I have to think of 3 binders with 25 in each. Well, each is a multiplication word according to our word problem word wall. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 times 25. She has 5 binders with 24 in each binder. So now I have 24 times 5, or 5 times 24. Now, if she gives away something, is that going to be adding or subtracting? Well, that's going to be subtracting if I give away something. And I want to know how many stamps and cards they have. So I'm going to be adding these together. Now, we will be working on several problems together on how to master this. Well, now we're going to use the order of operations to help us solve this. I have 3 times 25, because I'm going to do multiplication first. 75 plus 24 times 5 minus 35. Well, now I still have another multiplication left. So I'm going to go ahead and do 24 times, which is 120. So I'm going to rewrite my problem again. Now if I go through my song, parentheses, exponents, mult, div, add. So now I'm going to be adding 75 and 120. So I have 195 minus 35 left. So my final answer is 160. Now, I didn't go through using partial products or regrouping to multiply. It's more about interpreting the word problem to make a really long equation. So the next one I provided is Maddox has 4 boxes with 32 marbles in each box. He has 7 boxes with 18 shells in each box. If he gets 20 marbles from a friend, how many marbles and shells does he have? Go through and circle all the numbers and underline the question. I'm going to go through and think of, all right, this is a multi-step problem. 4 boxes with 32 marbles in each, that's going to tell us to multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and write that out. And he has, and tells us to add 7 boxes with 18 shells in each box. So I'm going to do 7 times 18. If you get something, are you adding or are you taking away from your collection? Well, gets means you're adding. And so now we have created our super long equation, and now we're going to use the order of operations to help us solve that. So we have 4 times 32, because we're going to do multiplication first, 128. Hopefully they're using either expanded form with parentheses, partial products with all the arrows, or using regrouping to help solve this, plus 7 times 18 plus 20. Well, I go through, do I add these two numbers? Do I multiply 7 times 18, or do I add 18 plus 20 next? Well, I'm going to be multiplying still. So I'm going to cross that off to show I've used it. So I have 128 plus 126 plus 20. Well, now they're both pluses, so technically it doesn't matter what order to go in, but I always like to go from left to right like you're reading a book. So now I'm going to do 128 plus 126. So I have 254 plus 20, and now I'm going to finally add those for 274. These are a little trickier problems. It's going to really make sure that they know what word problem words are. If you need to, you can go and have them draw pictures out of these things, or even have them acted out is another way for them to really get involved into their word problems. Thank you.